This wheel right here is a 5x117.5. Now you might be thinking, what exactly does that fit? And the answer is nothing. There's not a single car out there with a 5x117.5 bolt pattern, but the bolt pattern serves a purpose, and that purpose is the fact that it can fit anything. I'm gonna be showing you a little bit behind BBS's new program called BBS Unlimited. You may have heard or seen this a little bit specifically overseas, but now it's finally coming to the United States. I got my hands on it. I got to use it when I was over at a racetrack over in Las Vegas in February. I got my hands and some mileage on these things, and now I'm finally gonna share my thoughts on what this program is, how it works for you, and if you just picked it up, kind of how does it all go together, because there are a couple more pieces that come along with a program like this. So by the way, I'm Alex Martini with 2_. On Instagram. We're over here on MartinWorks, and if you're interested in BBS wheels or the Unlimited program, you can go check it out over at MartinWorks.com. So in front of me, there's a few different things. Now the thing that you're gonna have to pay attention to is that the Unlimited program is a little bit different. Like I said before, this is just part of the whole system, which is what we're gonna call the base wheel. Now, BBS Unlimited has fit, style, and value. BBS actually came up with a whole new logo for the Unlimited program, and pretty much what this allows you to do is it allows you to fill any Unlimited wheel onto any platform using their adapter system. Now, we're going right off into it because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, it's an adapter. What makes it different? Why would I need an adapter? Why not just get a wheel that already has the bolt pattern that I want? And the answer is this. This gives you a ton of customization at a much more aggressive price point, and it allows you to fit these BBS wheels on a lot of platforms that in history you haven't been able to do. A lot of times we've seen cars like Camaros, Chargers, certain Mercedes platforms, Porsche platforms even, be unable to have much of an aftermarket support because their bolt patterns are weird, because their offset is weird, because of some random reason, there's not enough demand to make a wheel that will fit that platform. And BBS has answered that by introducing the Unlimited program. None of this stuff is gonna come onto your car that's not specifically meant for it. And here's what I mean by that. I talked about the 5x117.5 bolt pattern here, but what happens is quite honestly is you have the 5x108 bolt pattern on the adapter. In addition to that, BBS sends you a hub-centric ring for your wheel and a hub-centric ring for your vehicle, so that when everything is mounted up, it is hub-centric and it is wheel-centric. We're kind of jumping into some more advanced stuff when it comes to wheels, but the biggest thing that you gotta remember is a lot of times when you buy an aftermarket wheel, there's a hole in the middle. That hole sometimes is the same size as the hole that's on your car, and sometimes it's not. When it's not, if it's not mounted correctly, it can cause some shaking. Hub-centric rings, wheel-centric rings, fix that. And the BBS Unlimited program allows you to do that with this whole thing. Now, like I said before, there's quite a bit going on here. We've got the base wheel over here, both the centric rings. I have one obviously on the adapter, one on the wheel itself. And then you have the mounting hardware. BBS supplies you with this. And depending on which one you get, you can obviously get standard wheel bolts, or BBS is now offering titanium wheel bolts, which personally, I'm gonna be honest, these are my favorite because they float and they're super light, and they've got the BBS engraved on the inside. Now, once those are on, it's actually pretty easy to mount up. You mount the wheel onto the adapter, you torque down your bolts, you're ready to fly. The CIR is one of probably, I wanna say 3 or 4 known designs that are coming to the BBS Unlimited program. If you go over to Germany's website, you'll see that they're already teasing at some of the stuff that they're doing, which is actually pretty cool. They have a future state 2-piece flow-formed wheel that's coming out that's using the Unlimited program, which is very neat. This wheel itself is also flow-formed, which means it's very light. And if that's not enough, and if you're a little bit more of like a, I want something that's gonna look good too, I don't just want the basics, the Unlimited program is also coming with new colorways that aren't on any other BBS wheel right now. I like the indigo blue, it's my favorite, and you might be wondering why I keep playing with something on this wheel. It's the floating center caps. BBS has floating center caps that you can also get for it, and if you really want to be a BBS snob, you can also get the BBS branded valve stem caps. So I've had my fair share of experience with BBS in the past. We've worked with them for 5 years. There's been times where I think we've disagreed on things. There have been times where we've very much agreed on things. And I'm gonna be honest, when I first jumped into the Unlimited program, I was a little bit hesitant because I didn't really understand why I would need this program until I tried to find wheels that met my needs for a 430, which, contrary to popular belief, it's a 5x108 bolt pattern and it's a staggered setup. And for the wheel and tire size that I wanted, there was like no options out there that were short of a multi-piece wheel, which was gonna be like $8,000. And these were a fraction of the price. They're JWL tested, they're made in Germany, and with the adapters, I could make them offset to whatever I needed. Now, there's always gonna be a little bit of hesitation when something new comes to market, and I totally understand that, which is why I wanted some time to test it out myself to see if it was really everything that it was cracked up to be. But first things first, the finish, all the accessories, all the little stuff that's coming with the BBS Unlimited program is really nice. They're not cheaping out on anything for you. Short of the BBS center cap actually being plastic, which pretty much 9 out of 10 of them are. For instance, they tell me I needed to take out the center cap when I'm racing because of heat soak issues. I didn't do that. I was running these things, the tires were cooked, the center caps never popped out. I never experienced any issues with the finish of the wheel cracking, peeling, scraping, getting discolored, anything like that. I banged these things up for a good half summer while I was driving around town with them, and I actually really did try to use these as much as I could. And there was not a single point in time where I had an issue with these wheels. When we mounted the Sport Cup 2s onto the CIRs, 3 out of the 4 wheel and tires actually came back without needing any sort of balancing whatsoever. Now that's a testament to both BBS and Michelin as well. There's quality here. There's quality in the adapter. There's quality in the titanium wheel bolts. This program is really built to help people that don't have a lot of options for an aftermarket wheel to get an option that works for them. And on top of that, you're able to change these out onto different platforms, different aggressive offsets depending on your needs. Whether you need something a little bit narrower for a track day and then go with something a little bit wider for a show day, the adapters actually allow you to do that. But for me, this works really well because for the 430, it kind of does a little bit of everything. It goes to car shows, it goes to track days, it tries to be a little bit of it all, but my wheels can't do it all, or at least they couldn't in the past. I couldn't change things out to get a more aggressive sizing for show versus going narrower, so I had a little bit more control with my steering wheel when I was at the track. And now I do. So if you're interested in picking up BBS Unlimited, you can actually check it out over at MartinWorks or go over to bbs-usa.com to learn a little bit more about the program. There's 10 different bolt patterns you can get with the Unlimited program. There's a mountain of different offset sizes that you can get for the actual adapter system that you're using. You have so many different options in terms of colorways that you can do. And BBS really spent a lot of time trying to create an experience for people that are looking to buy a set of wheels that may not be as expensive as a 3-piece or a fully forged set of wheels, but are still functional, are still flow formed, are still made by BBS, and are still really good quality. And if there was a wheel company to come out with a program like this that's a little bit more progressive, I am happy that it's BBS because I'm not sure anyone else could do it to the same level of quality that these guys could. So take a look below. Let me know what you think over at martiniworks.com. I'm Alex, Alex Martini with 2 underscores on Instagram. We will see you later. Adios.